So an absolutely heartbreaking story has come across my desk, and it is a rough day for chuds in America, as the internet's favorite right-wing e-girl Brett Cooper has been apparently replaced on her show and is no longer going to be hosting the comment section. So you got people on this guy saying that it was allegedly after a disagreement with the CEO, and this is her replacement, I guess. Downgrade for sure. So she posted, "It's true, I'm leaving the Daily Wire. This is what you should know." And the clip isn't really worth playing. She's just like, "I love my time here. It's been good." And then Jeremy's like, "We love Brett. We're sad to see her go," whatever. Very corporate, very PR oriented sort of speaking, like, it's for the best, this sort of stuff. So you built a channel with over 4 million subscribers, and the Daily Wire keeps all your work product and subs in your producer as the new host. You have to start over with 0 subs on a new channel. Seems unconscionable to me. You are the show. So I would agree that it doesn't really make sense to just sub in somebody else for Brett Cooper and just have that person read the articles and give the takes and act like it's business as usual, because people sub to the comment section with Brett Cooper for Brett Cooper. I mean, you got to think about like any other of the big Daily Wire shows. Could you just sub someone else in for that person and have people be like, "Oh yeah, this is the same show"? Like, people do sub to Matt Walsh for Matt Walsh. You can't just sub in, some random motherfucker to say the talking points and have people be satisfied. Like, while it is an echo chamber and people are sort of capable of saying the same things, you got to think that the reason all of these channels have millions of subscribers to each is that the host was able to provide some sort of value to listeners and viewers and acquire a fan base, right? Now, people think she's getting kind of like screwed in this situation, like that she's entitled to this YouTube channel and things like that, her previous work, but the way that this does work is that she was given fame and astroturfed a career because of the Daily Wire. They gave her this set, they gave her a producer, they did all of the thumbnails and all of the YouTube managing and stuff like that, all the editing, right? And they were able to turn her into a star. So even though she is the show and people do like her for her, there is no universe that she gets to keep that YouTube channel. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Now, the good news is I don't think it really matters as much as people think it does, that she has to start from zero. If anything, that could come with some unforeseen benefits, because you have this new ability to have a brand new channel where you get to own 100% of the ad revenue. You have total creative freedom and control, and that previous channel had 4 million subscribers. I'm assuming a lot of those are probably dead subs. So this new channel you're gonna have is gonna be like very engaged. This new audience is gonna be watching all your stuff. They're gonna want to support you. It's gonna come with some benefits for sure. And in terms of the Daily Wire, they're kind of screwed. They're gonna have to put someone in to act like Brett Cooper. "Hey guys, it's me, Tina. Welcome to the comment section. I know I'm not Brett, but please don't kill me in the comment section. I'm just trying to make a measly pay." Whole comment section is like, "Get the fuck out. We want Brett back." That's what's gonna happen. The views are gonna be down. The money's gonna be down. This poor girl who's gonna host now is gonna have to like deal with the fact that she is not what anyone wants. So even though the Daily Wire is still gonna be making some money, and the replacement girl is probably gonna be fine with, bearing the brunt of the hate comments because she's getting a bigger salary, the Daily Wire is kind of biting the curve here, I would say. I mean, do they know more about business than I do? For sure, right? At the same time, like, it doesn't seem like Brett's gonna be doing too bad here. I mean, I guess time will tell, but yeah. And you gotta look at the comments here. They completely agree with what I'm saying. We weren't watching the comment section. We were watching Brett. People are loyal to people, not to networks. Nothing against Reagan, but we are subscribed to Brett Cooper, not the comment section. Brett did not bring the comment section to life. She is the comment section. It wouldn't exist without her. I just unsubscribed. It's not the comment section without Brett Cooper. The Daily Wire made a major misstep by having Reagan fill in for Brett. Instead of giving Reagan her own show and allowing her to develop her own unique style, they tried to replace Brett, even down to her mannerisms and speech patterns. This approach makes Reagan come across as inauthentic. As a viewer, I would have been open to seeing Reagan in something fresh and original, but now it feels like Daily Wire is desperately clinging to a formula. Best wishes to Brett. Hope to see you back soon. They 100% pushed her out. Brett deleted all photos with Reagan, so there's clearly bad blood. I hope she finds success elsewhere. So that's one thing that people are also saying, that although she's smiling and taking it like a champ, that this split from the Daily Wire wasn't, an amicable decision on both parts. I mean, you gotta think too, why would Brett willingly give up this position? Why would she want to end this lucrative sort of thing she has going on, this show that she's hosting, and the arrangement she has with Daily Wire, right? She's not getting offers from elsewhere. So I would agree in the skepticism with the comments. Like, I kind of feel like something probably happened behind the scenes that is causing her to leave, and she doesn't like that. So she, was pushed out. So some of the theories that people have, and I'm just gonna put them out there because they're theories, right? Take them all with a grain of salt. I doubt that these are the case for anything, but make your own conclusions. I'm just here to provide you with the theories. So this was one theory, which was that because her account had interacted with with a tweet about Nick Fuentes. The CEOs had to have a talk with her about, you can't interact with this guy, he's very radical, we don't want our brand to be associated with this sort of engagement. And that maybe she responded by saying, well, I agree, I don't support this guy, but I do want the freedom to talk about what I want, and I do want to be able to interact with whatever tweets I want. I don't want that sort of control to be had over me. And then that, may have spiraled. Again, just a theory, but hey, this is what had happened. Nick Fuentes rips into women for making the same dumb, smug faces when posing for photos now, and then she goes, what is this, good night? And they, likely had her called into the office to say, hey, please don't do this. And then she may have said, why, asking too many questions, and they maybe wanted to not deal with that. But I don't know, seems like a very petty thing to end a very fruitful business relationship over. But again, probably not true, just a theory. This one's a bit more interesting. Brett Cooper getting kicked off the Daily Wire. Apparently, she had disagreements on the treatment of Candace Owens and the culture at Daily Wire, all fueled by Jeremy Boring, the CEO. She wouldn't be able to address this. They made her sign an NDA just like real Candace. If this is true, I'll be genuinely upset. Don't do my favorite YouTuber like that. This is all alleged. So
this is kind of a crazy story that my friend James Lee broke like a week ago. He got a source from the Daily Wire that gave him like an inside scoop on the fact that the Daily Wire is pushing Brett Cooper out. And I was like, and I know who she is. She's great at her job. She does what she does. Yeah. And so I go and look up her channel, and I'm like, wait a minute. She's still producing videos though. What's going on? Yeah. And so I started digging in more. I talked to James, then I went and I started digging in and found my own source right at the Daily Wire. And now I've had even more come and corroborate it since I reported on it. And it's not just that the Daily Wire is pushing out Brett Cooper. It's actually that Brett Cooper is under one of these contracts that has her basically tied to secrecy and silence, because now that they're terminating her contract, their arbitration clauses are coming into play. So she is in a secret court of arbitration, not a public court, where she is under NDA and can't say anything about it while they spin whatever narrative they want about it. And they're circulating around letters internally that are saying like, oh, Brett Cooper wants to leave. And that is not the case at all, apparently, according to everyone at the Daily Wire that I've spoken to. And it's that she had disagreements with Jeremy Boring over what happened with Candace, probably, and certainly more disagreements in terms of like the culture there and what's going on, and is now getting pushed out. They are promoting her best friend, who was her maid of honor at her wedding. They offered her a contract that was so lucrative she couldn't refuse it.
And this is saying the same thing that one of the comments that we read said, which was that this new person who is apparently Brett's replacement is actually almost identical in terms of behavior and mannerisms to Brett, which is so fucking uncanny. You would at least think that if they're gonna replace her, they would have this replacement develop their own brand and identity while having the same theme of the show, which is like, oh, here's the headline, here's the news, you're gonna give your takes, whatever. It's the take economy, you're selling takes. It's that sort of thing, but they'd have their own sort of edge, their own sort of nuance or whatever. But to literally replicate, like identically try to recreate Brett Cooper's mannerisms when Brett Cooper is still on YouTube, like she has a new channel, is so fucking weird. And this is even the weirdest part, like if true, I guess we don't know if this is true, but to have acting classes paid for by the Daily Wire to mimic this person, acting classes, that is so fucking weird, if true, obviously.
They apparently allegedly gave her acting classes to help her imitate Brett's mannerisms. No. And when I was talking to a girl with the family I was staying with before, she's like an 18-year-old chick that loves Brett Cooper. She's a total super fan. And she was like, yeah, the Reagan episodes are kind of weird because she's like a clone of Brett Cooper.
Oh my!
And it's because they paid for acting classes apparently for her to.
Like imagine Moist Critical stepped down and then he brought one of his friends in and he was like, okay, you're gonna wear a white shirt, a backwards snapback, and you're gonna speak in a low monotone voice while making poop jokes. That wouldn't be Moist Critical. That would be fucking Dry Critical. We don't know, but that would be bizarre. No one would be comfortable with that. There was a meme where you had the Moist Critical cinematic universe. All these people were making fun of his identity and his brand, but imagine one of those people pretending to be Moist was Moist. It doesn't work. You can't replicate this sort of aura. Now, in terms of Candace Owens being fired, because that's one of the things that this person is saying on Twitter, that perhaps it was because of a disagreement between Brett and Daily Wire on the treatment of Candace Owens. Owens' departure from the outlet comes after months of tensions between her and the Daily Wire co-founder Ben Shapiro over her promotion of various anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, according to Mediaite. Okay. Since Since October 7th, Hamas terrorist attacks on Israeli civilians, Owens has been increasingly critical of Israel's military response in Gaza. There's no way that anything I just said is going to get this video monetized. Amazing. There go the advertisers. No government anywhere has the right to commit a genocide ever. There is no justification for a genocide. I can't believe this even has to be said or is even considered the least bit controversial to state. Owens posted on X in November comments that appeared to be directed at Israel. Shapiro, who is a firm supporter of Israel, was seen in a TikTok clip speaking at a private event, calling Owens' behavior absolutely disgraceful. So that's part of the reason that, Candace Owens was out of the Daily Wire, and she's fine. She's doing okay on her own. I remember after she had been fired, she did a podcast with the Tates, and that blew up, getting millions of views. And I think that sort of leads me to say that Brett Cooper will also be fine. I mean, if we're talking finances, she's set, but in terms of relevance and popularity, I assume she'll be okay, if not better, because of the more eyes that'll be on her, and the fact that her now new subscribers are actually authentic and there's no dead subs, they're all organic, right? That has to be good for her and her brand. And if she's doing good, if her channel's okay and she's getting views and she's still relevant, I really don't see her coming forward and, rocking the boat, rolling around in the mud, trying to, throw dirt at the Daily Wire. Because even if she's in an NDA or something like that, some people just go scorched earth and they're like, fuck it, I gotta talk about this or whatever. And even if she has that urge, if things are good enough for her in her new business venture, her new channel, I doubt she'll do anything, right? It's like, all right, whatever. That sucked, but we're here now. It's okay. We're gonna stack some bread. It'll be fine. I also think one more thing worth noting is I had seen there are rumors. Again, they're fucking rumors, right? I have no idea where these come from, but it's like, if it's being said and it's something that's kind of related to what I'm talking about, may as well add it in there, but it's a fucking rumor that Fox News was considering buying the Daily Wire. So you might be seeing Ben Shapiro on your TV or something like that, and I doubt that's related to this. Might be, who knows? Maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't, whatever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.